Good morning, family, and welcome to our Wellness Wednesday with me, Mr. Chick. And as you all know, we've been missing in action. And today, like any other Wednesdays on our Wellness Wednesdays, we're busy with episode 5, I think, of my imperfect path to perfection. And today's topic is all about self-love. So today we're doing a voiceover because we wanted to share our yoga video which we did by the beach. One of the very few yogas we've done by the beach in a long time. As you all know, we're coming from winter and now it's spring and now it's time to go to the beach. So today we decided to speak about self-love for me. What does self-love for me means and all of those things. So as we all know, in my imperfect path to perfection, I talk about myself, I share my experiences. I'm not perfect, as the word saying, and I'm not saying what I say is the holy grail. So I'm just sharing my experiences, how I navigate through life, how I do things. So for me, when it comes to self-love for me has to do with a lot of introspection, doing self-search and so on. Because I believe that most people intend to forget about self-love, the actual meaning of you can't bribe yourself, you can't take yourself to spas, buy yourself things which you want all the time to say this is how you express your love to yourself. That's just being materialistic. I think self-love comes with your peace of mind, how you want to feel, how you want your comfortable space to be like, or who would you regard as your safe, comfortable friends, which you're not shy, you're not embarrassed, and you don't have that nagging feeling at the back of your mind when you're sharing things with them, like what if our friendship ends? Do I trust this person enough that they won't go with the things which I share with them and go use them against me? So that's all of the things when it comes to self-love, is how you preserve yourself, your emotions, your intimacy, your inner being. How do you do all of those things in this world full of advice? As I always go back to, we've got so much information flowing, but none of this information is really relevant to most people. So for me, when it comes to self-love, I think yoga helped me a lot to, in my adult world, to try to understand myself better, to try to tell myself that I'm not always right and other people also have a right to be right or wrong. They all matter. Whatever they say, it matters. So I've learned that let people do what they wanna what they wanna do, and be happy. Because most of the times, when we can't find peace and love within ourselves, it's because we leave those duties to others. We expect others to take care of our emotions. We expect others to determine our happiness or our how we're supposed to feel. So that's one of the problems. I always go back to children. I enjoy children. I enjoy how children, nothing is attached, whereby you wanna play with me today, yippee. You don't wanna play with me tomorrow, yippee. It's still fine. I'll go find something to do with myself until the day whereby you wanna mix again. And if you wanna mix again with me, I won't hold the day whereby you are not there for me, accountable to you, and just want to go on a revenge spree on you. So that's how children minds work. But we as adults, if for example you can't plan a trip with others, you will never go on a trip alone. Why? You don't need others for your happiness. If you feel like, if your heart feels like you want to go on a trip, take that solo trip. Book yourself somewhere where you can have the best time. I know you won't have a lot of people to take pictures. You won't have people to to brag around with and have that squat, but it's still fine because you'll be doing everything and anything which you want to do, not you doing so that your friends can love you more, not that you do so that you're appreciating your friends' day. It doesn't have to be any special day, just a day whereby you decide, I want to go for a trip, take myself out. You can also do solo dates. I've seen there's a lot of people doing those solo dates, which is cute as well, because you can go to a place whereby, most of the times when you're making decisions as friends where to go eat and so on, you'll find out that the majority wins, and and at that time you wanted to go check something different or new, and then you have to go with the majority because the friends want a certain vibe or a feel. So when you're taking that solo date or so, you go to places where you always wanted to go, places where you know that you won't feel like you are odd or you are weird and so on. And you can come back if you want to share the experience with your friends when you're done doing it by yourself, and share how it made you feel, because you might find out that yes, by doing that, going there alone and living your experience, you're actually bringing something new to the group whereby everybody will be interested afterwards, unlike whereby now you must take decisions as groups. And yes, it doesn't mean that you can't rely on other people for love. Yes, we do need external love as well, but then now we're talking about self-love, things which you can do to yourself or for yourself to feel like you're appreciated, beside going to a spa and then going to your nails and makeup. Yes, that's also part of self-love, but you're still doing that for people to see you, that you are desirable, you look like a rich aunt or whatever look you're trying to create, because you're focusing on the outside where it's more visible to the people. But with self-love, it comes from being at peace with yourself, loving yourself, knowing that I don't mind even if nobody ever invites me to anything, because I can always take myself to something which I want to do. Start a new hobby, start art, start something which is going to be you and yourself, and whereby you're going to learn something new about yourself without being told by friends or other people what makes you tick. So self-love, it's all about discovering yourself. You never get bored when you're learning about yourself. You even surprise yourself in the long run. Like, oh, I didn't know I was able to do this. For example, I grew up not knowing how to plant. I've never planted anything in my childhood. But I've always been interested in plants and all of those things, but they fight the back of my mind. But now in my adulthood, I've got trees, I've got flowers, I've got plants all over. It's all through the things which I've learned. I've learned so much when it comes to technology being on our hands, because you want to know something, you can just Google and see, okay, and do your research quicker than you would have when you have to go to the library and collect all the different information yourself. So with Google, you just go and find all the relevant or information which you want for your that research which you're doing, and there you've got your information, and how you compile your information is up to you, because you will have nonsense information and you will have information which makes sense, but then the compiling and the understanding will be up to you, and then moving on to the practicalities now of the information which you've gathered and done your research on. So that's one of the things which is nice this in this age, is that you don't really have to struggle to find yourself. You can find yourself within yourself while just doing self-diagnosis, finding new things to do, finding new hobbies, finding new clubs. Because even with yoga, I started doing yoga, I think from 2014, and here we are now teaching, and whatever is happening behind scenes with the yoga, we are so there. So it's also something which is growing on the side as well, and it started from being passionate about something which I wanted to know more about, and it grew me, and I'm growing as well into it. So when it comes to self-love, and when you're really, really at peace with yourself and just concentrating on yourself, you do find your path, you do find things which gives you peace, you do find ways of living your life without stretching yourself over the limits. You do create that lifestyle whereby you are proud of, you are confident of. It might not look like anybody, and even if whoever comes and brags about whatever they have that you don't have, that doesn't makes you feel like your life is less or your life has got nothing. You become happy for them. You understand that you're traveling different paths, and you keep it moving until the day whereby it's your time to shine. It's your time on the spotlight, and then that's the time whereby you are going to shine as well. So when it comes to self-love, I think one of the things which is more important when it comes to self-love is understand your weaknesses, understand why you need love in the first place. Do you need love because you're scared of being alone? Do you need love because you just enjoy having somebody which is your person? Or do you need love to validate yourself and feel like you belong? So all of those things, they come to play when you on self-love journey, because on self-love journey you even analyze your dating or your relationship history, whereby why do I feel always attracted to these certain people? What am I contributing that helps towards this? If maybe you're attracting people which you're not happy with, if you're attracting people which you're happy with, then there's nothing wrong with that. You can just be happy and build more, because it's easy to build with people which you love. It's easy to create with people you love. It's easy to be inspired and motivated when you're people which you love and they make you feel loved and desired as well. So when it comes to love, I don't believe that we should fight for love. I believe that love happens. It's a flow. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. When you feel appreciated somewhere, when you feel loved somewhere, you wanna do more. You wanna give more. So that's how love is. And yes, we do want to feel like we are loved as well. Nothing in this world feels like they want to feel like they reject, they unloved or unwanted. And all of these people want to feel wanted, they want to feel needed. It's a human nature. So what happens now when you want all of that out there, because we all have childhood traumas which we still have to deal with, and some are dealing, some are not, and some are just taking those childhood traumas into adulthood, and in the adulthood they just become those aggressive adults which can never let anything go, always ready to go with the bang. So I don't think those people are actually happy, because it worries me when you find somebody which is never at peace, somebody which is never just chill, comfortable, laying there and relaxing, somebody which is always ready to go and fight and scream and standing up for themselves. Why do you need to stand up for yourself? Why? Why can't you just let it be? You find better ways to fight when you're not all heat up and kill them kind of mood. When you just watch the situation and ask yourself, what would a wise woman or what would a wise man do in this situation? Because most of the times, whatever you're trying to portray as being the bigger person, or as being the techno nonsense person, you end up looking like a fool. You end up looking like the angry, crazy woman. So at the end of the day, it doesn't help to always be ready to fight, fight, fight. It comes also from self-love. When you love yourself, you ask yourself, what certain issue do I not want to involve myself in? Like for real, for real. I know most do not understand how monks most of the times do it. There's certain monks which they are they they took a vow of silence whereby maybe they decide they're gonna keep quiet for 6 months or 3 months or whatever. So whatever you say to them, whatever you do to them, they do not answer back. You can swear at them as much as you want and so on. And if it's like they're not supposed to react to words and so on. So imagine if you could live in a world whereby your punishment is just to keep quiet for 24 hours and just hear everybody and listen to anything which everybody's saying about you, and knowing very well that you mustn't answer, you must just keep quiet and listen. So also when it comes to listening and just not react, it also is a sort of a self-love, because you do not want to be dragged in certain emotions which you were not planning for. If the person which is busy fighting you and you didn't plan for yourself to be angry and fight that day, why must you fight just because another person is in a bad mood? Why must it be your mood as well? Why can't you choose better for yourself? Why can't I just say, I love myself. I love myself enough to respect myself. I love myself enough to hold on to my pride and dignity, not to get mixed up in this mess. Yes, I'm gonna feel like I'm a weakling if that's a thing, but then at the end of the day, I'll still have my respect and dignity intact. So, when do those things matter? Because I think my reputation matters more than what you think of me. Because if you have to say something about me or to me and I don't feel like entertaining it, I don't entertain it until the day I decide that was boo, that was some of my boo. Then I will find a smart way to make you understand or make you aware that what you did to me then was not cool, but not in a way of trying to act like a messed up, crazy idiot. No. Because I also realize there's people which know how to make themselves feel good by making others feel bad. There's people which they feel like they are loved, they are appreciated when they are the center of attention. Whether they are center of their attention for being bad or for being good, they don't care as long as it's all about them. So, what happens when you fall victim to those people which feel like they are more loved when they are looking down at others and making fun of others and shining on others' miseries? How do you protect yourself from those people? So, if you know yourself and if you know yourself enough that you love yourself, those people are not supposed to affect you. You're supposed to know that they're the ones which are hurting. They're the ones which feel like they need to do something drastic to be valid, to be seen, or to be appreciated. And that means that somewhere, somehow, they were not given enough attention. So now it's just attention seeking um, behavior. So when it comes to self love and when it comes to how we handle ourselves, I think that's the most important thing, because we intend to concentrate more on how others love us and how we want others to love us, not really understanding that, people love you easily when they see how you love yourself. People love you easily when they get to be inspired how you take care of yourself, not how you want them to see you as. So most people, and people which don't know how to love themselves will call you maybe arrogant for not mixing yourself with anything which is happening, which doesn't really need your attention. So whatever you do is, when it comes to self-love, is to always think about your inner peace. Where do you want to see yourself? What do you want to do? And how to get out of situations where you feel like they do not work for you, they do not make you feel appreciated. If it's somebody which makes you feel unappreciated, gotta ask yourself, why do I keep on going back to this person and this person is making me feel this way? Which means there's nothing wrong with that person which you keep on going back to, and the person it keeps on abusing your love, because then you don't love yourself enough to take that love which you're giving to that person back to yourself and say, hey, if my love is not appreciated by this individual, so what I'll do now, I'll take that love and throw it back at myself. You can never have enough self-love, believe you me. So the minute you stop chasing somebody for attention, you stop chasing people for being with you, to appreciate you, to make them, for them to make you part of their lives, then you're on a good path of self-love. Not this thing of whereby, oh, I want to do this with my friend, oh, I want to do that with my boyfriend, oh, I want to do that with my girlfriend, oh, I want to do that with my wife, my husband. It's not enough. Yes, even us married people, you get to a point whereby you miss yourself, you want to be with yourself, you just want to see how you've grown as an individual, how you have matured, braved life so far. So yes, as an individual, as married people as well, you do need those times whereby you do spend time apart to just be with yourself, just grow and just see how have you grown so far as an individual, and do you still enjoy the life which you're living, and are you still happy? Are you still at peace with your life? Yeah, so even us as married people, we do the check, and as well we do analyze the situation, because yeah, things do change when you're sharing your life with somebody else. You grow into those people's habits without even being aware, to a point whereby you're like, I don't recognize this about myself, or wow, this is not me now. I never used to do things like that. I'm very self aware, I'm very, very conscious about myself and about how I grow, because I'm one person which likes to practice what I preach. So I wouldn't say do this and then at the end of the day I'll be doing something else. And with that, with yoga, as a teacher, we always try to live that perfect lives, telling our students what's right and what's wrong. So it becomes a problem as a yoga teacher, whereby you will talk about the importance of your diet and so on, how eating well and eating good and reducing your meats and so on, reducing your sugars and so on to your students. And then when you come back home, you're busy eating junk food, you're busy eating everything which you said you need to tone down from your students. So you see, when you are a yoga teacher, most of the times we always try to practice what we preach, so that our students can see the results within us. So that's one of the things we teach us self-love is yoga, that you can never say this to others and do that when the others are not around. So we always hold ourselves accountable. So self-love also comes with holding yourself accountable. If somebody is treating you bad and you don't like the way they treat you, why can't you hold them accountable and say, no, I'm not going to do this again, because every time when I'm finished with that person, I don't feel happy, I don't feel good, I don't feel like I'm at peace, become anxious, I become depressed. So why don't you still hold them accountable and say they're not good enough for me, because they do not make me feel bad, and not go and try to change them, because you don't know whether they are aware or they're not aware, or it's just the way they are. Just try to let go of them for the sake of peace of mind for yourself. So yeah, family, when it comes to self-love, there's a lot which we need to learn, because we are in a world whereby now love is appreciated by others, how much you trend, how much likes you've got, how much like love, whatever reactions you've got on your pictures, on your video. We are living a life whereby you wanna please others. I'm not sure whether everybody which is in this business of pleasing others, are they really really happy with themselves or with what they're doing? Because it always starts nice where it's a joke, you're busy doing something fun, and when that thing blow up and you become the it thing, now you need to keep the image, you need to keep the style, you need to keep everything, even if it was just something which happened by chance. So these days, we are all determined by how you trend, or how the outside, how much the outside loves you. Yeah, so if you like us, we don't have 200,000 subscribers on your YouTubes and so on, we won't have that boastful image of, oh, I've done this, I've done this, and that, because your self-validation is how much people like and appreciate you, which is not love though. It's just you needing some attention, you needing some validation that what you're doing matters. If you're doing something from your heart, you don't care whether it's one person, it's two people which are your audiences, because you're not doing that for them, you're doing it for you, you're doing it for the sake of something inside of you said do this. Whether it's going to blow up, whether it's going to trend or not, that's not the reason. The reason is that something inside of you, inside you, your conscious, whatever you call it, say do this. Maybe it will blow up somewhere, somehow. You don't know. But self love also comes with the universe trying to speak to you. Self love comes with the universe being in tune with you, where the universe can tell you what path to lead. The universe can show you your life where you're supposed to be. Self love comes from being happy for others, even if your life is falling apart according to you, because we all have that yardstick where we measure how bad our things are happening in our lives and how good things are happening in our lives. So self-love is that part whereby you're still hopeful, you still feel like you can trust in your abilities to do better. You can trust in yourself. You can be confident in yourself that as much as things are not working out now, maybe it's just a season, maybe it's just another lesson to learn, but one day, someday, my turn will come as well, whereby everything will make sense again, whereby everything will come together and I will achieve my dreams, I will achieve what's in my heart. So for me, self-love means to have hope and to believe in myself and never believe that I'm done. As long as I'm still breathing, yes, I'm going to get hurt. Yes, I'm going to get disappointed. Yes, I am going to fail. Yes, I am going to feel like my life is going nowhere slow. Yes, I am going to be human sometimes and compare and feel depressed. Yes, that's all part of emotions, which I do go through them, but I don't make those emotions about others. I understand that, yes, I've got all of these emotions within me because I'm just a human being, but how do I handle all of those emotions? Do I become a jealous-ish and be jealous of everybody which is living their best lives, whereby I do not know what they are doing behind closed doors? Or do I keep on believing that someday the sun will shine on me again? I'll keep on hoping that whatever I'm doing today will become bigger and better tomorrow. I'll keep on hoping that my dreams and my visions will one day manifest in this lifetime. Yes, that's self love, that's believing, that's knowing that you don't always have to be number one, you don't always have to be everybody's cup of coffee, but you will always be yourself cup of coffee, you'll always be yourself. So, people, when it comes to self love, I strongly believe, even if they say that you will never amount to anything. But if within yourself you told yourself that I will make it, I will be somebody, and you love yourself enough to keep on checking yourself in the mirror and say that I can still do this, because I know I'm a child of God. I know that I am on this earth for a reason. It was not a mistake that out of all of these billions and millions of universes out there, but I ended up here on earth. And so, one day, someday, God or the universe will show how I'm supposed to create, or why I was here as well, or whatever difference I was supposed to create. So for me, self-love is all about believing and hoping that everything will be better, everything will come right. And that's what we are all about today, people. On my imperfect path to happiness, it was about self-love. What do I think about self-love? I know it was a lot of rambling, but I hope you'll enjoy the yoga video. And thank you all for the love and the support on this channel. And please don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. And I really appreciate the growth and the love. And we shall see each other again next week. Hopefully we won't be gone for too long, but yeah, last week and 2 weeks back, I think from 2 weeks back though, there was a lot going on, but I know that's not an excuse, but there was a lot going on emotionally. It was draining, so we had to take a break, but we went to the beach, we went to revive our soul, and we are back with yoga, and hopefully we'll add more exercising and more outdoor yoga in the future. So thank you, family, for all the love and support, and bye till next week.